Okay, well, at first I didn't have really much to talk about today. And as I was sitting here working on my market research, I'm just sitting here, no music playing, just in my room. I noticed this scratching noise right above my head. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, oh, maybe someone's up in the attic. I don't know why someone would be, but I live in, it's kind of like, it's not really it's not really a condo or like an apartment building. It's just like a big brick building that a bunch of people live in. It's really weird. So I was like, oh, maybe someone's in the attic. And then I hear these little claws like grrr, like scattering across the ceiling. And I'm like, okay, that's definitely not one of my neighbors because not that I know of, I don't really think my neighbors have claws. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And then like there's this scratching and nibbling and gnawing. So I call the building manager. She lives like underneath me. She's like, the whole building supervisor. And I'm like, there's definitely something in our attic. And she's like, oh, really? I hope it's not a cat. And I'm like, how the F can a cat get up there? I'm on the second floor. It's like, it'd be really scary if there were a cat in my attic. But just really terrified right now about this creature above me because apparently our attic is like huge. It's like the size of the building and there's no walls blocking it out. So if you're up there, you can go above everybody's entire apartment. Like I can go stand above people's apartment. So this thing is like running back and forth. And it's particularly in my quadrant. So I'm really terrified, but apparently the exterminator is going to come tomorrow and kill that sucker. But if it's cute and cuddly, I hope it doesn't get killed, but just released back into the wild. So I thought I'd share my little crawly critter story with you. And I will give you an update on its whereabouts and extermination-ness. Okay. Oh, and I won my debate, by the way. But I got a little carried away with the debate, and on a debate, you're supposed to give a question. The opposite team's supposed to answer the question, and the person that gives the question is allowed to rebuttal. But the other team can't rebuttal against the rebuttal, because it's like, then you just keep going back and forth. So I accidentally convinced the class that the other team was rebutting on the rebuttal. So the teacher was like, all right, stop the debate, it's over, disregard everything the other team had said. And then after everybody voted, like, we were like, wait a minute, they weren't rebuttaling a rebuttal, they were just rebuttaling your answer to the question. And I was like, shit, because I convinced everybody in the class that they were at fault when in fact I was at fault. So I guess I'm just really good at debating or convincing people, but I think the other team was really mad at me, and I'm sorry. All right, peace out. Ugh.